Hi, thanks for coming. I did a video about manifestation, and I talked about the thinking process in order to make something manifest. So that was, in a way, that was the standard law of attraction with a little bit of a twist. What you think about will come to be. And you're going to see alongside this video, because I'm going to put law of attraction, manifestation. The question you should ask those people is, why doesn't it work as they describe? I mean, or more importantly, why does it work at one time and then another? So I'm going to talk about that. And I'm going to refer back to Matt's videos. And you can see that he's on his way to using these techniques that I described. Okay, one of the reasons the mental approach doesn't work is because it's only a small part of your reality. If I had to give it a number, I'd say around 10%. What's the other 90%? It's how you feel about things. You may not realize it, but even this piece of paper has emotional energy attached to it. And I won't go into all the ways that it's possible to do that. What I wanted to do was to do a simple demonstration and say that when you want to manifest things and you do it intellectually, it's as if you create a balloon. Now, you've all seen a balloon and how to blow it up, and it's different when it's deflated and when it's inflated. So I've got a small prop, a plastic bag. I'm going to turn it into a balloon. Okay, so there's a lot to this analogy. So I'm going to blow it up. One breath. 2 breaths. Okay, this is the same balloon that I held a minute ago. Then it was deflated, now it's inflated. Then to make something real in your life, it's like taking your idea and inflating it. How do you inflate it? Well, I use the breath. The breath is actually the physical form of the Shakti. So it's providing, if you have a flaccid balloon, your idea, I want to be rich. It's only when you inflate it that it has form and substance and has a structure. So if you don't mind, I'm going to deflate my balloon. So the next part of the secret is to invest your image. Remember, we talked about it, your dream and what your reality is, and you want to make individual steps in between. You notice when I blew up that balloon, I wasn't able to blow it up in the first try, only partially. So this is that analogy carried to another step. Putting energy behind your image of your dream is what makes it real. So the Kundalini is manifesting in your life as objects. Remember our piece of paper, emotional. Every emotion is a representation of the Kundalini energy. So people say, oh, well, when you're realized, you don't feel anything anymore. That's a misconception. When you're realized, you feel everything very intensely. You feel the emotions in the paper. You feel people thousands of miles away. You feel what's wrong with them. Before you know, you feel. Everything is made up of emotions. Everything is a blown up balloon. You blew up balloons in the past. So when you want to blow up another one, you're going to move all the balloons around you a little bit. So this is the reason why people fail to make their law of attraction work. They don't put prana, energy, into their dream. And not only that, they don't make an adjustment in the balloons that they have in their reality. Because when you blow up a balloon, you're going to blow up against all your other emotional balloons that you have. And they're all going to juggle. That's why we talk about unintended consequences. So, if you go look at Matt's video from the first, he's talking about manifestation. Okay, then the next video is about his dream. And then his third video is about how rich people are rich in their life today because of their spiritual practices they've done in the past. Okay. So if you're going to fill a balloon, your dream, with energy, doesn't matter if it's angry energy or happy energy. Not really. And you've heard of people that want to have revenge, doing whatever they can to make that revenge happen. They're using that principle. Now, it's going to take them longer than if they had done it with happier energy, I can tell you. One of the ways to avoid unintended consequences is always, always have a good intention to help people in order to get what you want. And this is an appropriate time to bring out Swami Shivananda's mantra, his English mantra, which is do good, be good, love, serve, meditate, realize. That process takes the life energy that's scattered in your life and focuses it. So one of the things is, if you're going to blow up your balloon, the faster you can put energy into it, the faster it comes into being. So you don't want to take 3 lifetimes. You don't want to take 1 lifetime. You don't want to take a week. You may not even want to take a day. It depends on what you want to change, what sacrifices you're willing to make in order to have the unintended consequences be adjusted for. So now we have 2 parts, and a 3rd part we're going to add. You have your mental image. That's the skin of the balloon. Okay? You blow it up. That's the prana. That's the shakti. That's the energy you're putting into your dream to make it real. And you want to do it as fast as possible. Well, okay. That's what Patanjali's Yoga Sutras trains you to do. It talks about the 8 limbs of yoga. The first 2 are the yamas and the niyamas, the do's and the don'ts. And you want to have those on, and that's equivalent to the 10 commandments. And that's equivalent to do unto others as you would have others do unto you. And that's equivalent to Tantra. Make yourself happier the next instant. The reason why you do the yamas and niyamas is you want to avoid unintended consequences. If you always intend to help yourself and to help people around you by your actions, you avoid many of the negative consequences of creating a reality. There's much more that can be said, but suffice, let's go on, because we're talking about increasing the energy. There's hatha yoga. There's pranayama, and the advancement of hatha yoga is to pranayama, to deal with the prana itself. So then the issue is, okay, we know how to manipulate the prana. Let's isolate the mind. What does that mean in terms of what we're talking here? What it means is the prana is always moving. Pratyahara means to isolate the senses. That means that your mind and all of its energy does not go outside the mind. And we'll go some other time, we'll talk about what that means. But So what that means is you're storing up the energy. All the energy that goes to make up your reality, you're isolated from. Not completely, because your reality doesn't disappear. It only disappears in your awareness. That's why when people go into samadhi, they're isolated from their reality. So when you're isolated from reality, the energy builds up because it can't go out. There is a natural process within your mind-body complex. And there's a certain amount of energy. So when you don't let it go out, it builds up. And why do you want to build it up? So you can blow up your balloon faster. And mantras help in this process. One of the very best is the Gayatri mantra. Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 10th chapter, says, among all the meters, I am the Gayatri mantra. That's a very complex statement in and of itself. But if you do the Gayatri mantra, you make the energy circle up, come to the third eye, it goes up to the crown chakra. And there's an unfolding of the energy, a blossoming. That blossomed energy then is brought back down to the third eye. And it is there where your image of your dream is. Now you can blow this up very quickly. Things that you would think would take years, take a month, a week, a day. So this is the answer then. You divide things up mentally. You take that small section that's close to either to the reality or to your dream. You blow that up with energy. So once that's blown up and active and real in your world, go on to the next one. That's the process. So if you go look at Matt, his 3 videos shows that process. The thing he didn't talk about was the Gayatri. But I'm sure he'll get around to it. So I'm going to just put a brief description, and then I'm going to put the links to his other 2 videos. Maybe I'll put all 3 if you're new, so you can see for yourself. One of the things is you should realize if you look at this video and you look at his videos, it's going to tell you exactly how to get what you want in the fastest way possible. Thank you.